option to aggro. It's hard for teams to aggro into you. Just solid overall.
Yeah.
And that's sort of why you see it taken right there as well. They're taking a lot of time for the next one because they're like, all right, we can at least get this one here and then think about our next pick. And yeah, there's the Nyx Assassin.
The Ice Nyx Assassin once again.
That limits like a lot of heroes because Empire really like the int course.
Yeah.
And you get rid of like half of them. Nobody likes playing any of the int cores against Nyx.
Is there anything you can do to prepare against the type of playstyle that Ice has on this Nyx Assassin? So he scouts a lot, he's very active early on, and you don't want to have your supports maybe to be too poor by buying all the sentries?
You group.
You group up?
Yeah, you group up.
So you have a lineup that can basically team fight and push?
Yes.
Is Kunkka fitting in that one?
Okay, it's good catch. It's excellent catch against the Nyx.
Meteor Hammer Builder. Look out, guys. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
I'm a little bit hesitant about it. I don't think it's going to be played in the core role, but even if you get towards those later levels, Tidebringer can sometimes be a little bit scary against Nyx Assassin. You can pipe the Carapace.
Yeah.
He is very tanky, though, so he can soak through a lot of that damage. And in general, I don't love Kunkka against, like, hard initiation because it can sometimes be tough to counter initiate. Your spells take a little bit of time to get off, and sometimes they're fairly easy to dodge.
Mineski, if you're Mineski, do you ban something like, okay, so they ban Brew. Do you also get rid of like Razor or something? And if you're Empire, do you get rid of Omni as a result?
I don't know, do you? This is a good question, Will. If only we could ask an analyst.
Sorry.
I like how you ask
good.
us for advice.
Well, because you still leave the option of being a 4 Nyx.
Right.
I think,
Yeah.
I was thinking they might Omni OD again. But something likely too is they could do something like the Jabs 4-position clock. It's nice against the Shadow Shaman and the Kunkka. Both these heroes, it's hard for them to build 4 staffs.
I mean, I think that I still really like the CR casters walking by over there in the bottom shot, by the way. But
Smooth.
I kind of like the idea more of keeping Ice on the Nyx, but it definitely can be the switch up if they want to. Why would they want to do that in the game, do you think? Just because of Omni OD, you think is that strong?
Cool combo.
Yeah.
Real cool combo.
Real cool.
Super cool.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
SF ban is solid.
Just an FN hero. Get rid of FN heroes.
I mean, he could still take the Mirana for themselves if they want. Mineski will have the first pick of this next round.
They have good counters, though, to the Mirana. Kunkka's excellent.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, no chances of leaping away.
5 seconds remaining.
And they don't have the same type of setup either this game. So maybe we're gonna see Moon play something else this game. Empire, they banned out Mushi's PL. Strong previous game, of course. Not really any other reason why you would ban out a PL, right? And ban out Batrider too? Like, there's no underlying hidden reason that you can think of?
Yeah.
Not really. Yeah, the OD feels like it could be cool. I still think that DP wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
10 seconds remaining.
For Mineski.
5 seconds remaining.
DP's not horrible. She gets Yules.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
That was actually the hero that I wanted for Empire.
Think that's the hero that Empire wanted for Empire?
It's nice against Nyx. You get to 5-man with the healing ward.
Well, they've got a lot of sustain, not just the healing ward, also the Witch Doctor, Voodoo Restoration. So they got a lot of siege potential. Death Prophet would still fit in that quite well.
Could be a nice AA game, maybe. Although, no, that'd mean the Kunkka core.
Empire has to reveal a core.
Yeah.
And I think Jug actually counters AA.
Really?
Yeah.
You can just spin off the debuff.
It's more, it's like, so before in the past, we used to consider that healing ward was countered by Ancient Apparition,
Yeah.
right? But it's kind of the opposite. Because after the AA debuff, you pop your healing where everyone heals to full. Most of the time, like AA blast never like really kills you. AA blast counters healing in like really certain ways, like when you get really low. But when you're all at like medium, then your hero doesn't do anything. And Jug is a very offensive hero that just runs at you, so it's really hard to set up any of AA's spells on him. Like we used to have the same thought too until like the Summit 5 or something.
Okay.
Where we played against, I had to like way back in the time machine. It's like against Wings or something.
Wings do reveal new things about Dota often.
Yeah, it was like Liquid versus Wings at a Summit. Something. I don't want to get super into it.
Right. This is much more of a Ghost Stick hero. I like it a lot. Great against Jug.
That's why that explains the Bat Rider bad too.
And the Darkseer. We've seen Darkseer today. It wasn't great.
So that does mean it's going to be a position 4.
Nyx Assassin, you're right. How are they going to bridge the gap for Darkseer to be a laner and for Darkseer to actually be contributing to the team? Because there's a little bit of a time gap there. Give it like 5 to 10 minutes perhaps even.
If I'm Empire, I'm YOLOing and picking Bloodseeker.
I mean, you want to go for things early, so that would actually work out.
No,
They go for Lycan
crazy.
instead. A lot of pressure coming out from Empire.
You know,
Minions.
and now I wouldn't actually, as much as it sucks to play against a Nyx Assassin, I wouldn't mind seeing Empire go with the last pick Tinker. They've got great vision. They've got things to TP in on.
Yep.
It's really, really crappy to play against Nyx Assassin, but with everything else going on, it could be solid.
They might want to try and play it faster though.
Yeah, or they could just tank up. Take like Razor or Viper,
Yeah.
run at them.
Dragonite is the one that Mineski was fearful for.
I was thinking about pushing the lanes, but now that I think about it more, Kunkka can kind of help you with that because you can like be together as a 5-man
Yeah, just
and then
X somebody
TP back
back.
and X.
I think they were going to go for something tanky. DK would have been great too.
Is Nyx Assassin enough to prevent the Death Prophet from being picked on Empire side?
It's annoying, but you want to just be, if you're Empire, you can run at this lineup because they don't have a ton of burst aside from the Omni ult. It's hard for
Razor's
the rest
still
of these heroes, yeah. I think Razor, Viper, I'm okay with any of those.
They banned the OD.
Oh, thank God.
Alright.
I think OD's sick there.
Yeah.
Even without the Omni. That was my call for a while.
They have so much single target, like that Astro would have been super solid.
Alrighty then, Empire. They only have 2 seconds of reserve time left, so they really got to make a decision very soon.
I think Razor or Viper, like Will was saying. And
It's will be
the
Queen of Pain though.
Against the Nyx,
They're risky. But they could try to play it super fast.
don't take Mirana. You can't dodge. Can't dodge the dagger.
Wise words from Will.
You can't dodge the dagger.
Alright, what is Moon gonna play? We know he plays a mean puck, but we also know that he has a fairly deep hero pool. We don't know how greedy Mineski thinks they can be. They could even go back maybe for Medusa if they think that they could have a place for that.
Well, I know you don't like it, but Puck is pretty decent, I think, against Quap, at least in the laning stage.
Why not?
A way to push out creep waves.
Somebody just needs to pick Viper to make everyone else in the game sad.
Well, let's see if your prayers are getting
No,
heard.
it's
No, it
Medusa.
is the Medusa.
Good call, Shiver.
But I do feel that that is fairly greedy. Because they have to wait for that Darkseer to start. Like, I'm not a fan of Darkseer. I don't like Darkseer at all. He just takes too long to actually get something done in the game.
He's going to prove you wrong this game by winning.
All right, well, tell me what is important then for the lineup for Mineski to actually work out. What did they need to do?
Get your Deuce online. You have to win the off lane. Shut down Ghost Stick at all costs.
All right, what does Empire need to do then?
Get Ghost Stick online at all costs.
That's it?
That's what I got. That's the main thing. We're doing it.
Well, we're going to find out what's going to happen then. Game number 2 on the way very, very soon, and with your favorite commentator team of OD Pixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yep, game 2, Mineski versus Empire. And we are having the little purple man make an appearance, the Darkseer.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've really seen this hero have a lot of success. It's a hard hero to pull off at the moment in this current meta. But if there's anyone that's going to be able to do it, Ice is certainly going to be your man. He showed us what he could do with the offlane Nyx Assassin, something that a lot of teams have been struggling with. Maybe he can do the same with the Darkseer.
And these guys are pretty good with their combos, right? I'm hoping. I'm also not a big fan of Darkseer as a hero right now. He takes too long to get online. His damage over time is pretty lackluster, but this team is very good at coordination. I'm looking forward to some vacuum like 4-man Nyx stuns or something if they can pull it off. Let's hope.
Overall though, Empire, they do have this strong synergy with their lineup, very heavy on the push. Anytime you're getting Lycan and Beastmaster in the same lineup, you're going to be feeling very happy because you're always crushing power.
Empire wants to play with an advantage in this game, is what I'm seeing from like Lycan, Beastmaster, Kunkka. They have a lot of ways to negate the damage that comes out from Mineski. Mineski is pretty lacking in the damage early on. They have to pretty much take it to later stages. That's what the Medusa pick tells me. So we'll see if they can actually do that one. While Empire, they're going to look to just keep the ball rolling. They're going to get their double books on. They're going to just try to pressure, take as many towers as possible, get that Roche, try to end the game before Dusa becomes a monster. And, I mean, Lycan, we're actually seeing a lot of this, well, not a lot, but when people did pick the Darkseer from time to time, we saw people just take Lycan and be like, well, we can just, like, the HP regen from Feral Impulse is actually almost enough to just deal with the Ion Shot a lot of times. And you can deny a whole lot with your hero versus Ion Shell early on. But we'll see if they can put the pressure on.
Which they do, as you said, they do have to, because there is that Mushi Medusa. If Mineski are able to hold fort, take it late, that's always going to be an issue, having this strong late game core Medusa that Empire's lineup will struggle to push into if the game gets past sort of the 30-40 minute mark, but definitely the potential for Empire to run over this game if they can come out in on top of the lanes.
Ghost playing very aggressive. Mineski coming in, they've got Cask, but FN is there. They're not going to throw it on him, of course. They wanted to catch that Beastmaster. The Ninja Boogie's been crushing it on these support heroes. His Witch Doctor and his Jakiro were on point. Top, Mushi.
Yoku, Nyx, and Mapochka trying to fight. I can see Ice look to grab the rune. He isn't going to be able to do so. He's manning up with the Iron Shell, though. Mystic Snake bouncing through as well, bringing them down low. But Empire will turn their attention towards Ice. He's ticking down low, and he will fall. First blood for Empire.
He threw the Ion Shell onto Yoku there to try to get the bonus damage if he was standing next to the Lycan, but Empire with 3 heroes versus just 2, much stronger, and now Mushi has to TP toward mid. This is actually a QoP favored matchup, the Dusa versus Queen of Pain. We've seen it a couple times. I think we've seen it once or twice here at this tournament, but we're not going to have a 1v1, so things will be changed up a bit.
Absolutely not. Jabs there, actually leading him with the stun, doing a lot of damage here to FN. Forcing him back. He has got the regen from the GG branch, but he's falling low, turns around with a Fairy Fire, the torrent from Yoku, and in fact that will be enough. Empire turning around the attempts being made by the Jabs Nyx Assassin and getting themselves the second kill on the board.
Yep. Gotta watch yourself versus Shadow Strike. Not nice ability at level 1. It hurts quite a lot.
See how well Ice can do in that top lane. As you say, the Lycan, once he gets a few levels with the regen, is not going to feel as fussed about the Iron Shell as many other melee cores would do in this matchup.
You saw that starting item by Mushi. He went for the Bassi level 1. So less stats, but giving his teammates a little bit more armor and some mana regen.
Yeah,
he's probably going to try doing the toggling non-stop so he can mess with FN's last hits. Maybe they're just going to keep that dual lane so Jabs can get that extra regen and just spam the mana burn. I guess that's what they might be thinking about. It does give you a decent amount of sustain too, because mana is your friend as a Medusa. So, taking a look at the bottom, since we haven't gone to talk too much about this. Jug, this was a pretty nice Jug game until we saw that the Lycan and the Beastmaster. Those 2 heroes, they are pretty decent versus it, but yeah, this hero is really nice to play.
I gotta say though, look at this lane. Look at the CS, 9 for 9 on Moon against the one last hit on Ghost Stick. Moon is doing a very good job. Granted, he did have the support backup of Ninja Boogie, but he is absolutely acing that safe lane. And up top in the jungle of Empire, Yoku will get taken down, run down by the Maledict and Impale.
Yeah, Beastmaster, a little bit hard to play in that laning phase bottom because you're versus a Witch Doctor, not only a super strong laner, but of course that Cask, if he hits the creep, you know, your creep is stunned for 5 seconds, and it's got such a long cooldown that the presence is not great. And there you go. The spamming of the mana burn, but either way, you still see that Queen of Pain getting that first blood and also having that lane dominance is beating the Medusa by a bit.
Yeah, CSing absolutely A-okay here in the mid lane. Both.
Yeah.
And both safe laners doing fine, as you can see up top.
Yeah, like him not pressured at all by the Darkseer, as we kind of expected. And now he's actually probably told his two supports, being like, I don't need you guys here. I'm going to farm perfectly fine up here. Especially once he gets that ring of health. He sustains perfectly fine under that Darkseer Ion Shell. Going to rush that Dominator, as we've seen so commonly. So lots of minions going to be on the side of Empire.
Interested to see what the build will be for this Ice Darkseer. If he does just go for the mech, maybe as we've seen in the past, sometimes the Helm build themselves on the Darkseer can be very strong.
Could be neat to get them hit so he can be that follow-up combo, because they only really have the Nyx for the combo with the Vacuum at the moment. So he could go for something like that. He has queued up the bottle at the moment, just so he can stay in that sustain top lane and contest those bounty runes, because he can probably get both of them if there's no supports up there versus this Lycan. Filling up that bottle constantly. Look at that thing. Look at that Ion Shell just tickle the Lycan, though.
Absolutely, yeah. This Lycan does not care at all about this 1v1. Down bottom, they have the control onto Jabs with the shackles. That will be a kill. Empire able to claim another. Moon trying to give a bit of a chase down onto Miposhka, but he has to respect the catch between these two. They can turn and play with him. Ninja Boogie will be there. Maledict down, though. That will certainly be a kill. He's able to grab the bounty on his way out. A Yoku will tick down to the Maledict, as Mineski able to get something in return.
He gave him the taunt, but Ninja Boogie's like, don't you dare taunt me, I'm gonna kill you.
Yoku's been spamming that a little bit this game. He does love it, dancing around.
It is one of the better ones.
It is. Great music as well.
Yeah. So phase boot rush onto the Juggernaut just so he can get the kill potential. Threaten a lot. Miposhka could get caught out here. He should be pretty dead.
With the Maledict chase down, should have enough damage, and they definitely will.
Bye-bye.
Another kill for the Witch Doctor. Ninja Boogie getting some tasty early gold with these Maledict kills.
The man is always in the right place.
3 for 3, 5 minutes in. Net worth pretty much even between the two sides. Still this bottom lane where I'm seeing Moon. He is getting a lot of farm. Not quite as much as the Lycan, granted, as the farm is a little bit sweeter for Nyx over on the Lycan for Empire.
Yeah, he missed like 1 or 2 waves when he went to go for that kill on the Kunkka, but now they're going to try to pressure. The catapult wave is there, so they want to zone Ghost Stick off and get as much damage on the tower as possible.
Miposhka has come across. Mineski will catch wind of him there, as he did cross across the tree line. Let's see if Empire can find a kill. And look at the jabs. Level 2 Nyx Assassin. Just get dragged back into the turret. Ninja Boogie there on the low ground. Pops out the paralyzing cast. Not the bounce that they require. Straight over to the Shaman. Jab still gets the stun off. Won't save his life though. That's going to be Jabs down. Moon coming in again. The Maledict Blade Fury combination will make sure that Yoku will pop. This time Moon thinking about sticking around for the kill, but he has to back off. Ninja Boogie now on a killing spree with these Maledict kills that he's found. Moon, he would love if he was level 6, but the bounty rune still not quite putting him there. Looks like it might not matter, because Ninja Boogie has got a haste rune. Shrine is popped though, and that should be enough to make sure that Mineski are forced to back away. TP back in from Yoku. He's playing around with the idea of going for a torrent. Moon a little too speedy. Yep. So should be able to get away. Oh, not if they hit a blind torrent like that. He does have Blade Fury back up, but he doesn't pop it, meaning the shackle will be there. Now the Blade Fury comes out, healing ward as well, but the right clicks are too much. That is Moon down.
Ooh, he got greedy on that Blade Fury. He wanted to maximize it. I think if he had just Blade Fury in phase boot, he could have actually just been okay, but trying to push the limits, gets punished for it, and they not only kill him, but they get the healing ward gold too. Nice precious amount of money there for Ghost Stick.
A nice little play from Empire there, punishing that deep move from Mineski. And their 2 cores, Empire, still at the top. This Lycan is miles ahead of anyone else.
Woo.
Definitely making up for the performance in the lane last game, as we saw Nyx on the Weaver really struggling to farm this time round on the Lycan, not proving to be a problem at all. 7 minutes in, level 7, and pretty much perfect CS.
Yeah, he's having a great time. In this game, you know, we've seen the Lycan lately where they get the Dominator, they make that quick movement into the mid lane to kill. He could do that versus Mushi, but there's a Darkseer top, so he wants to keep himself in that lane for now. He could maybe give it to one of the supports, and we'll see if that's going to be the option, but he does have different things that he could do this game. Could go for gank mid, or could just sit in the lane and farm burst that Darkseer.
And Ice, he is getting farm himself, but as we can see, you know, third on the net worth, third on the last hits at least. But that never really is the issue. You always expect the Darkseer to get the farm. Yeah. It's just a question of what sort of impact he can have with those items that he's going to be looking to build into the arcane boots, the wand. And we'll see where he does decide to head with sort of his first major utility item to try and benefit his teammates.
Yep. Jabs level 2 on the Nyx. Pretty under-leveled. Running around stacking Ancients for his Dusa. Gets it up.
Yeah, they got the catch, and as you say, being level 2, no point yet in the skip bite Carapace. This will be fine though. One support that is quite scary is of course Ninja Boogie, level 4. Not a hero you want to be running blindly up onto the high ground into, especially as grouped up as Empire were.
Yep. They've already warded the Ancients, so they are aware that it's been stacked at least once, Empire that is. And they definitely, with this type of lineup, they want to contest those Ancients as much as possible. Not let that Dusa get that farm, as we've said. The Dusa is the key to the lineup, of course, for Mineski. So, yeah, looks like Lycan just wants to take that top tower if possible, and then he can start moving around with Shapeshift. If not, maybe wait for a dive and then use it. But the gold lead is in Mineski's favor slightly. They are doing it quite well. Mushi has definitely started to catch back up in that mid lane. FN has been forced to move away, catching too many snakes probably.
Yeah, pretty much the biggest difference being the fact that Ghost Stick is suffering a little bit on that off-lane role with the Beastmaster. Not quite on the same level as Farm as the other cores in the game. That's FN mid doing his best to try and hold Mushi back from getting aggressive on the tower. Top lane Nyx now able to move in with the Centaur and a couple of walls. Doing significant damage here to this tier 1. Bringing it down to under half health. Mid lane Empire are looking for action onto Mushi. Miposhka and Yoku smoked up. They're going to look for the setup. No point in the Stone Gaze. And Mushi is on his own. No support back up behind him. And here we go. Straight away with the jump. TPs are going to be coming through. I don't know if they're going to be enough to save Mushi though. And for a dive in, he does actually manage to level up just in time for the Stone Gaze. Oh, is that going to be enough? Surely not. No, the dagger is ticking him down. They want to go for the deny, surely, and there it is. Ninja Boogie with the deny onto Mushi. Yep. Doesn't look like the Darkseer Ice will be as fortunate though, as he came in trying to help out, but Empire moving as 5.
Quick collapse play, bringing not only the 2 supports, but the Lycan decides to join the fray as well, since he wasn't really able to take that top tower, but he almost did. So clean rotation coming out from Empire and punishing that Dusa, which they need to do in this lineup.
Unfortunate for them that they don't get the kill, but still, as you say, the rotation pays off. They get that tier 1 mid tower. Down bottom, Moon does have the space to claim his own, but definitely that mid tower being the more important one, especially going down at 10 minutes fairly early on into the game.
And when they have Dusa, right? That gives them a little bit more access to those Ancients for the side of Empire to punish that Dusa. So Jabs, level 4 now. And he's picked up a tome, so he's going to get that level 6 at decent timing. And the one nice thing about Darkseer, when you do have like these Nyx assassins or these 4s, like an Earthshaker Nyx, someone with these stuns, you can go for solo kills. You do have that little bit of extra burst potential if he finds one of those supports. Plus 20 damage on Lycan. Doesn't go for the armor this game. I see people take both. There's no real like definite one. So bottom, looks like Empire is trying to position themselves to go for a play.
It's a hard catch. They have to get the instant shackles or hex, and they do find him. Miposhka able to close the gap through the tree line. Do they have the chain control with the Roar? They certainly do. And Mineski losing Moon. As support rotations being very nice here from Empire, setting up to a good play mid, that good play down bottom.
And they've got double Centaurs now. Because Beastmaster, he got one from his Call of the Wild, and they already had Lycan with that Dominator.
Up top. Mineski are looking to take a bite back into the lineup of Empire as Yoku out on his own. They are going to find the stun connection, allowing Ninja Boogie to close in with the paralyzing cast from Maledict. Vacuum back from Ice to hold Yoku down. Set up for the kill. Can try putting some pressure themselves on that tower, but of course down bottom, their own one already falling. At the pushing power of the Lycan and Beastmaster really being apparent 12 minutes in. Empire take the tier 1 and move straight forward to pressure onto the tier 2 down bottom.
Mineski's got to just keep buying. They got to buy time, because it is definitely a problem. Beastmaster, Lycan, these guys can take towers quite easily.
Look at these Centaurs coming in with the stuns. Mushi is there with the Stone Gaze. That will force Nyx, Ghostic, and FN to back up, but FN, he's got Sonic Wave. He could think about trying to get back and involved. On the side, the posture's going to get vacuumed, but the turnaround's there. Sonic Wave from FN, out onto 2. Ninja Boogie down. Jabs throws the Impale to hold back Nyx for the time being, but the Shapeshift time is still there. Again, these Centaurs making the plays here as Empire micro them into position for these multiple stuns, setting up for kill after kill. And they can continue to try and pressure that tier 2 down bottom.
That was a perfect Sonic Wave by FN. I think it actually clipped all 3, right? It went down and even hit Mushi down at the bottom too. Yeah. And that was with an Arcane Rune, I believe, on the tail end of it, so he does get the cooldown reduced for later stages of it. Yeah, 60 seconds, it definitely was the Arcane Rune. And they're going to get a tower, and they've already got a book online.
I don't know if Mineski can do much to stop this one at all, as the tower just simply falling far too fast for Mineski's lineup to have any chance of putting a delay on. And I really do feel 30 minutes in, we are seeing that this Darkseer could just struggle to have any sort of impact. Like, what is Ice's role at this stage on the Darkseer? What can he do?
They need more. They just need a lot more levels. That's what the hero. That's what is not so great about the hero. You need so many levels in order to get online, and you need to get the perfect combos. Let's say with that Nyx Assassin, if they're able to. But Empire's lineup is just—they're much faster paced, and they're going to be able to do this once they get their next books, once they get their next ultis. They could even just go for a Roche, and Mineski will absolutely struggle to contest that.
Mushi wanting to finish off that tier 1 tower, but at the same time being very scared of being caught in the trap of the Kunkka. Backups behind him though. Mineski using Mushi as a bit of a bait here on this middle lane. As the wraparound comes through from Mineski, we'll see what they can find, if anything. If the tower goes down, Jabs leading the way, but Nyx coming a little too close. Moon came down off the high ground there. Doesn't look like Nyx is aware of this happening, and they'll look to initiate. Straight in with the paralyzing cast. Moon moving in with the Omni Slash to vacuum back into the stun. Nyx falling low and falling down. They'll get that kill that they were after. FN in response, so comes through with the Sonic Wave, claims the life of Jabs in return.
That's because of that Arcane Rune, right? That Quap ulti's back up quickly, but very nice gank there by Mineski, getting a very value kill. They need those. Anything they can do to buy space for the Deucer to keep that farm going.
And get Moon and Mushi back on top.
Yep. Empire has taken a lot of those early tier 1s and towers, so they have very good access points to go find that Deucer, keep shutting her down. They even have the Hawk, the Wolves. They have so many different ways to get vision and find that Deucer to slow down her farm. Mineski, they've got to keep it up and not let themselves get run over by this heavy push lineup that Empire has drafted.
Moon with the build this game. No Battle Fury. Nope. On the Jug, the phase boots into the Manta style.
He knows he needs to be more of the fighter. He needs to go run around with his team, make the plays, get the kills, so that that Mushi can get farming it and keep it, become that monster that he really needs to be in this game.
Up top, Jabs on the hunt. The cover of Vendetta. Very close to finding FN. The ping's coming out, but FN does have backup around it.
Empire's already in the Roche pit.
This is... Can do
I don't think they can do this. They can't fight into this.
Empire's got too much control around it. Surely with the Serpent Wars down, they're taking it at incredible speed. They do find Shaman on the sidelines, but that is a kill that Empire do not mind giving away as they find the Aegis into the hands of FN. And with the Shapeshift, they were thinking about chasing for more there, but Empire, they can play it safe. They can keep the pressure up, but they don't need to force it too hard as they are maintaining this early game lead that their lineup requires, making it very hard for Mineski to get that sort of break back into the game and put a stop to the momentum that Empire found.
Yep. Empire with the next books, though, I do think they should still keep it up, keep going for those tower pushes, get rid of this top tower, get rid of the tier 2s. They can definitely do that versus Mineski's lineup as well.
Yeah.
They don't want to get caught out and get picked off by this Nyx Assassin with that Iron Shell over and over again. That's their downfall if they do have that start happening. So wait for your Shadow Shaman to get back up, keep that aggression going.
And we see again, Ice. He did have the Vanguard queued up, changed his mind, picks up the Midas. I think, Mineski, they realize if they are going to win this game, it is going to be at the later stages. So making sure that his farm is still relevant, if they can push on the duration.
Oh, the Orchid comes out.
Yeah,
but
jump in.
Oh, and he Midas is the dominated creep too.
There we go. But at the same time, they could still lose a hero here, as there is going to be the combo drop down onto Ice. So save the core, he will. Save the Jug, get Moon out of there, but it does cost him his life.
Yep.
Poshka. Is he dangerously closer to Mushi? He's got eyes upon Mushi.
Ooh,
FN's coming across. maybe the two of them can make a bit of a go onto him with the Orchid. Miposhka closing the gap with Mushi immediately. No hesitation there. Pops the Stone Gaze, making sure that FN and Miposhka can't try and commit for that kill.
Yeah, FN kind of went a little bit through the creep wave, so he did get a glimpse of it for a moment. Ghostic, though, alone.
Jabs jumps in, and they've got the Omni Slash as well as the Blade Fury with the paralyzing cast. Ghostic held down, taken out. Mineski do manage to find a kill around that ancient spot of their own half of the map. And as you can see, they're having to keep this constant vision up, these sentries around, just to make sure that it's safe for Jabs to move around under Invis and find those sort of setups.
Yeah. The wolves are annoying too, so just, you know, being able to see if they're ever being scouted.
Yeah.
Yeah, just very important sentry game. Mushi has, for the first time in the game, claimed the top net worth. So he's doing a good job of, you know, not dying, and his team is doing a great job of making the space for him to get farmed, as he desperately needs.
And that is definitely the scary thing for Empire. Sure, they have the lead. The question is, at 18 minutes, 2K lead, still yet to take the tier 2s in the mid and the top lane, as well as the tier 1. Are Empire as far ahead as they need to be at this stage, or are they already starting to slip to a point where you do worry about Mineski's potential to keep the game going?
I think they should put a little bit more haste on, just to claim those objectives is the biggest thing. And we do see, though, it's not even just that Empire is... Oh, with the roll come out, we catch him last second.
Just in time. Ghostic finding the vision, finding the catch, and finding the kill. Exactly what Empire need, just keeping Mineski's cause behind.
Yep, they should be able to claim these two top towers now, but it does look like Mushi's trying to get near. He does take the Mystic Snake Mana Steel, so... Seen most people take the attack speed, but it is another one that people do switch up on.
Actually catching both out there. Still the time's there for the Stone Gates to come through. Wards are going to be dropped by the push. You've got FN coming in on the sidelines with that double damage, ripping through the Witch Doctor. Ninja Boogie down. See if Empire can chase for more. FN ready to blink in aggressively if he wishes to do so. He's eyeing it up. Will hold back the urge. As they look to play it safe, just continue to focus on pushing the lanes in, taking these towers, and keeping that pace up, as you say. 19 minutes in, another tier 2 gone.
They kill those towers so fast with Beastmaster Lycan. And now they're going to go for that last tier 2. Keep that. That was like the perfect series of events for Empire.
This is back on track for them.
Yeah, keep that haste up. Don't let yourself slow down the pace of the game at all versus Dusa. I was pretty surprised that that Mineski went there. I thought they were going to keep pushing out the side lanes as best as possible. Because fighting into this Empire lineup is, especially with Aegis, is just so difficult.
Ooh, Jabs is out.
Until Deuce is online.
So are Empire TPing away. Jabs unable to find anyone off the back of that TP. Mushi straight back to farming, making sure that he can keep himself at the top, which has been a spot that has been taken over by FN with that tower gold. Definitely proving to be a much closer game than that of game 1 here, as Empire with a clearer game plan and much sort of simpler lineup to pull off. They have this clear strength that so far they have been abusing very nicely. 20 minutes in, they have that advantage.
Yeah. Oh, double wards coming out from Mineski.
Oh.
Oops. Will they be able to find anything here? Mushi is positioning himself, pushing the lane in. Will they be able to get the catch here?
There's a BKB now on FN, so FN will feel pretty invincible in these fights. Ghostic is the closest.
Everybody from Empire's coming, though. They do seem like they expect this.
See what they can do here. They did the vacuum, but I think already Mineski realized this fight is not the fight that they wanted. It's Torrent and the Hex out straight away onto Ice Ice Ice, controlled up by the minions. Ice 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 is down, Jabs to fall as well. Whew. As you could feel it there, Mineski knew that that was a risky engagement to head into, and indeed it was. Empire immediately ready to react to that. Losing no one themselves. Ghostic's fine. They can back him up. They can turn it around.
It seemed like they like knew that one was coming. I think I saw a ping come out from Miposhka on top of Ghostic. He's like, hey, you know, they're coming for you. We have a feeling that they are.
Look at this mid. Miposhka able to walk in straight away with the Hex and Shackles. Instantly BKB and Sonic Wave popped by FN. Not going to get the kill though. Now FN trying to man fight up against Moon. They have the X Mark, but Moon with the Blade Fury will hold himself in place. Shoku unable to set up the combo, but able to create the space for yet that final tier 2 to be taken away from Mineski.
And this is where it feels pretty bad to be playing Mineski, because you want to be able to abuse those ancients, you want to be able to farm those neutral camps with your Dusa a bit, But now they're going to be isolated in their base for quite a while, and Jug is falling further and further behind, and the same thing with that Darkseer.
Yeah, Moon just unable to have any sort of impact really at this stage of the game. We saw him get a few kills early on with the help of Ninja Boogie's Witch Doctor, but at this stage his farm just not on par with that of the Lycan and of the Queen of Pain on the side of Empire.
Yeah, they're going to need to just hope for some excellent high ground defense versus this Empire lineup, which is ready to go. And looks like they're going to get a catch here.
Size indeed getting caught out by the combo. Pop the wall down to try and hold them back, and the sentries are ready for Empire. Jabs tries to sneak in from the back lines, but they had the vision down. They get one kill. They do get the vacuum wall combo onto 4, forcing Empire to retreat for now. Mushi's there to force them off, but Ghostig with the wraparound, bringing in the army. Raw straight up onto Ninja Boogie. The minions moving in. There's a search from Size, which will keep Ninja Boogie alive for now. Mineski able to limit the casualties in the sense that they get everyone else out of there. But again, is this Darkseer that's really struggling to do much at all. Sure, he manages to get the wall onto 4, but at this stage, the illusions can quickly be cleaned up by Empire. And that's a big ultimate cooldown to be used. Does stop the push, but it's not really helping you turn the game around.
No, and all the lanes are being pushed onto their side as well. So now they're just going to have to push the lanes out as best as possible. And by the time they do, Empire's going to be ready to go again and keep that pressure going. But Mineski, they still just need to try to buy time. They need this Dusa to get absolutely enormous. This could be a Rapier Dusa game that he might have to go for.
And Mushi, to be fair, with the rate that he's farming and keeping up, he definitely could get to the stage where he's going to be able to get one in reasonable time. Yeah. It's not like he's falling behind himself. And as you say, sure, the lanes are pushing in, but that can be a bit of a benefit for Mushi as he can farm in a much safer position. And still though, 7k lead for Empire. They're playing their lineup perfectly. Next actually popping the Shapeshifter, not quite sure where he was intending to head with that one.
I think he got afraid of like a smoke or something since Jab grabbed the regen rune in front of him. He's like, oh god, they're making a 5-man play onto me. My team's not near me. Doesn't want to die in those scenarios. He gives up too much.
Crimson Guard is complete for Ice, so certainly going to be useful against the zoo that's being sent upon them by Empire with these Helm of the Dominators, with the Beastmaster, the Lycan, and their army.
What is Jabs going for? Is he going for something like a Blink Dagger? No, he's just going for the Spirit Vessel. You know, we've seen the Blink combos with the Vacuum, but they're not even going to go for it. They just deem that Vessel more important versus Lycan. To kind of negate that HP regen that he does abuse quite heavily. Shadow Blade now on Beastmaster, so he's trying to look for those pickoffs on the sidelines when he expects that split push to come out, because that's pretty much all Mineski can do. They cannot take head-on engagements unless it's in their high ground, pretty much. I don't think I've ever seen that Greevil Courier. That was a new one for me, but...
Where is that one? Empire?
The one on Empire, yeah, I mean... It looked kind of cool.
What we got? Oh yeah.
Alright, that was kind of cool one.
It's pretty fancy, yeah. It's got some sort of... I like the scales going on.
Alright, the scales are pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet. I think Mineski, they're rocking the Okami, aren't they?
I do think so, yeah.
They've got the Okami curry. That's the cool one to have at the moment.
Whatever. So Ice keeping that top lane pushed in as best as possible. Jab's trying to force in bottom, but Empire, they look like they're trying to claim a bigger advantage. Ideally, they want to wait for second rush, but they don't want to let up. They don't want to let up their pressure. They don't want this Dusa to get super online, and it looks like it's going to be a Mushi classic. Manta into Linken's,
yeah,
right? That's the Mushi.
A lot of analysis that I remember did not like. I mean, to be fair, a lot of pros, it's definitely a build that sort of gets questions in the sense that the damage, it's not going to be there. Sure, you feel kind of invincible, but you don't have sort of that hard-hitting item that a lot of people do prefer to get on somewhere a little earlier in their Medusa build.
I do see this a lot from Mushi too. He queues up an item and then he saves like 5k and he switches his mind. So we'll see the priority he takes based off like what's happening in the game. Like the Linken's, sure, it can block out a good amount of the spells, but there is a lot that Empire can throw to break it. They have like a billion target abilities actually. So we'll see if he does decide to switch that one up. I don't think the Linken's is going to help too much, but we'll see the decision he makes. And he's under ward vision.
And I mean, even though Empire do have this 7k lead, we're still yet to see if they can break the high ground.
Yeah, they want the Aegis and Cheese before they go for that type of big risk.
Okay, that'll be the real test then. So what, are we seeing Roshan back up pretty soon, or in fact, is it up at the moment?
I think that's just
it is there. Okay, so as you say, Empire will look to take that.
Should be able to quite easily as well.
Okay, yeah, can Mineski really get out and contest this, or do you think they'll just look to take the fight from their base?
I think it's too much risk.
Yeah.
Especially when they're like, there's a ward there too. They probably expect there to be vision in the area. I think they should just keep pushing out the side lanes. It's gonna, that Roche dies so quickly, there's not really a whole lot you can do about it.
Into the pit they go. The fuse will now finish for Moon, so a little bit of a damage step up for the Jug.
No, they killed the courier as well.
Okay.
They were able to get that snipe.
And there we have it. FN grabbing himself the Aegis, getting closer and closer to this sort of peak point of the game, this 30-minute mark for Empire. They have the sizable lead. They have the sizable push and siege potential.
Yeah, they're getting all the items.
Put it into place. Yeah. Oh.
And they get a catch.
Do indeed. Albeit the jab is gone for
So they did get a gem. Okay. I thought maybe it was the Necro Book Vision, but they had bought a gem. So they can get those catches. And with the Shadow Blade, it will make it a lot easier for Ghostic to always find it. So Mjolnir finished on Queen of Pain. FN is ridiculously farmed.
He's having a great game on the quad. He's yeah, not died at all. 7-0-4. And with that Aegis, will be very likely to have a flawless game if it keeps going the way of Empire.
Yeah. Dusa does now have the talent, of course, the plus 700 mana, and he is going to go ahead and finish the Lincolns anyway. I mean, that's just wants more stats, wants to be able to dodge that roar is probably the biggest one.
Getting close to having the money for the mech. Ice, still just working on building those auras.
Yep.
But
high ground defense is all it's about for Mineski,
it really is. It really is. And they do have the potential to hold with the heroes they have. Medusa, the combo that we've talked about, if they can find the setup, the vacuum into Impale, could be massive, but it's not an easy one to execute.
We have seen Mineski before not be too afraid of that Aegis cheese, right? In other games that they played earlier in this tournament, they did just make the go and get a sweet pick off onto Aegises before.
And we'll have eyes.
This could be a very good kill if they can get it.
Look at the Hawk. Straight away the smoke's dispelled, and the Hawk gives all the vision that they need. So Ghostic knows, and he is well out of that.
That would have been probably the biggest priority kill. Getting that gem, being able to clear out the vision that's around, and just denying that gem from Empire.
Lincoln's complete. So as we say, it is going to be hard to take down.
Yeah, he's staying, he's staying pretty much at that top net worth, tied up with FN. A full mech now, picked up. Wants to be able to get Guardian Greaves just in case he gets Orchided up. He can purge it off, and just that, like you said, auras and heal for his teammates to defend the high ground. Very ideal. Just got to keep slowing it down. Force the side lanes out. Empire, 9k, 10k gold lead.
And they do need to do something with the Aegis Empire. I feel, as we've said, they have to try and break this high ground soon. The longer they leave it, the harder it is going to get. Against Mineski's lineup.
Mineski's outside the base. Are they going to get caught here?
And that would be the dream for Empire. Good warding though from Mineski around this point will give them the info that they need to realize they have to get themselves the heck out of that. Yeah. And they will do.
And you see Jabs instantly running top. Yeah. It's like, gotta find myself some bounty runes, maybe look for some couriers. Other than that, you see the Dusa bottom. Just keep pushing out the lanes. Trying not to have all three lanes pushing it onto their side.
Full times for Ice. That Midas is off cooldown. He wants to try and pop it somewhere. It's been for a while.
It's been for a while. Oh yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't want to walk out though, because if he gets picked off, he has no buyback. He doesn't want to risk that.
Do need that Dark Seer alive. There's no doubt about it. They need everything for this team fight. Mineski being 11k behind.
He's surging. He really wants the Midas. He gets it off. Okay, he's happy. So now we see the Lycan. Our Beastmaster position top, sending his minions, forcing the lane in. Bottom, we see Lycan doing the same thing. So they're now forcing all three lanes in. But that Aegis, it's gonna expire quite soon. Mineski just keeps stalling it out. And the next item for the Knicks will be that blink, so they can get that combo as we were mentioning with that Darkseer.
It's hard to, I mean, well, they still don't have that. They don't have a blink on the Darkseer either, so.
No.
Getting into position is going to require Empire to overextend slightly.
Yeah, and there are BKBs already on the side of Empire too, on the Queen of Pain and the Lycan.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's...
So you can't get hit by that combo. Yep.
It's really all... It's all on Mushi. I mean, Moon's
it is all on
damage
Mushi.
is, as we said, it's falling behind. He is nowhere near that at the farm of the other 3 position 1 and 2s on the map.
Yep.
And maybe now time to start working on that Divine Rapier fund if you're Mushi.
I do. Yeah, maybe.
I think you really need to. You need something big. And he has got the money saved up. He's starting to do it.
So he does take the 16% Feral Impulse damage. Most people take the Shapeshift. I've seen Matu take both. I think he's actually taken more of the Feral Impulse damage, I want to say. So he doesn't think that he needs to really be chasing people is what I think. He just wants to be able to brute force and take those buildings.
And that is the Aegis gone.
Aegis has been reclaimed. And they're going to get a pick off.
They have. They found Ghostic.
And that's the gem.
That is the gem.
All right. Mineski. It's been a long time since we've seen a kill on the board for them, but
it has. I mean, this is the sort of worry, you know, this is the point where Empire, they do have this lead, but
16 minutes since they got a kill.
For this whole duration of the Aegis, they didn't push high ground. They didn't even attempt to try and push high ground. So you've got to sort of ask yourself, what is it that Empire are waiting for? Is there a certain item that's really going to change their potential in pushing?
Maybe they're just waiting for level 25, Owen.
I mean, Mushi, not going to go for the Rapier yet.
First B-Fly.
Butterfly. I mean, I think Mushi probably realizes that...
They're okay. They're okay. He doesn't
they're not being threatened.
Yeah, they're not being threatened, exactly. No. So he doesn't need to, like, rush it for that Rapier. No, maybe eventually, but not just yet. I mean, he hits enough evasion and stuff, too. Like, they can't really walk in and kill him. He's pretty damn tanky already on this Dusa. Moon.
And Moon, he's going to be able to take this tier 2 tower up top. So, all in all...
Mineski is definitely stalling the game to a point where they're getting more and more comfortable.
I mean, what is it the Empire are waiting for, do you think, at this stage?
I think it's just like they're afraid. They're afraid, like, what if Dusa just kills us all when we go high ground? I think the level 25s might be one of those options.
This could have been
it. The Hex is a big one.
This is big, but now, as you say, they've got the Hex, but they don't have an Aegis. But at the same time, if they get it straight in, lock down, I mean, ideally, probably Mushi, or I guess Moon's the easier kill. If you can Hex in Mushi, a little harder to kill, even if you do Hex the Dusa.
I guess they could just brute force it if they get Refresher Shard, double Serpent Wards. That could be another one.
Just wait for the next rush.
Yep. I think the biggest thing is they're just scared of going that high ground versus Dusa. Just that combo potential. Vacuum and Stone Gaze can be pretty strong, and Stone Gaze versus BKBs, of course, is very, very strong. So, full B-Fly.
And Mushi is definitely farming a treat despite the pressure that's been put on. They're keeping full control of the base.
So, I'll wait till actually this next thing comes out.
Yeah, FN's going to look to try and make a play with the Hex. Oh, Miji jumping in with the BKB, but he's jumped into an Omni Slash. Oh, no! FN! That was not the play.
And Mushi got the kill. That's a bunch of gold.
That was, I mean,
no. They're getting impatient.
We've had this period of time where Empire have just done nothing, and then FN's just blinked into his death, and I think that really sends worrying signals out from Empire. I don't know if they have what it takes to win this game.
I don't know if they do either.
They seem to be struggling. They seem to be choking.
Uh-oh. Lycan going for the TP. Bots as well onto the summons, but Mushi, Stone Gaze.
Forces him away. The cask.
Oh, it bounced. I thought if it bounced to the wolves, that could have been devastating for Ghostic.
Jabs is hunting. He's hunting with a Vendetta, trying to close this gap.
They're also pressuring mid too with the Jug. He's gonna look for a kill onto the Kunkka. Looks like he might be able to get it, but no, with the boat.
Yeah, the run too much.
Yep.
Hoshka is there. Maybe he can turn up with a Hex.
Hex on a creep.
Oh, he does still find the shackles, but the illusions are actually biting through. But Poshka, look at these Jug illusions going to work. They nearly kill off the Shaman. Yoku comes in. He's got the Glimmer Cape to keep himself fine. The illusion's still hunting for that Shadow Shaman. Nick's coming into the mid lane, but he hasn't got the Shapeshift, so he can't chase down
Ghostic.
Can they get him with the illusions? Moon falling low, but the Voodoo Restoration from Ninja Boogie keeps that man alive. Mineski getting everyone out,
they're getting
anything up.
This Deuce is getting just absolutely massive. Look, 25k. He has claimed a heavy distance onto the next one.
Just before FN blinked in, they were neck and neck. They were even net worth. And now certainly, as you say, a minute of gameplay, bam, 3.5 net worth difference.
So what are the level 20 and 25 Darkseer? I know there's one that's the parallel wall. That's kind of funny, but I actually have not seen this hero get to that high level. So
I guess you take
AoE Surge.
I mean, it seems a bit clowny, that. I think we don't see a lot of Darkseer.
The 150 Ion Shell, he can push out those side lanes forever with that if he can get to that point.
Oh yeah, surely you say that. I'm sure the parallel wall is a bit of a meme. I mean, We'll see. I mean, if there's anyone that's going to take the parallel, well, it would be Ice.
Yeah, we'll see.
But you're right, 150 iron, that's a damage. That's a lot of damage. Sure, there's BKBs, but the BKBs are going to be wearing low if the game gets to the point where the Darkseer is level 25. And at this stage, where we saw Empire,
Scotty on the deuce in there.
29 minutes, they were in a great place. Maybe they could have tried to push, but they didn't. They didn't even attempt it. And now Mineski, they are taking back at this game. And with this lineup, it is looking scary for Empire. It just seems they don't have what it takes to close this game up.
And Moon as well, he's starting to catch back up as that Jug has now tied the Beastmaster net worth, has a Basher. He does a very high amount of physical damage. Empire definitely should start feeling some pressure here. All of Mineski.
Let's see what they can do. Just X-marking himself, Yoku. I think maybe seeing if you could get in for the D-Ward, but the D-Ward is already done by Mineski. So they push on in. Maintaining control around the pit, and this Roshan, this time round, Mineski themselves can certainly look to take it. It's very hard for Empire to get in and involved around here with a threat at the wall, the Stone Gaze. Mineski have good team fight themselves to counter that of Empire. We are going to see Empire make an attempt though.
They got
Raw to lead in onto Mushi. They jump in with the Hex. They have got the combo coming down on him. Is it going to be enough damage? Sonic Wave flies through, but there's the chance for Moon to jump in with the Omni Slash. Mushi still fully loaded, get the kill. Big kill for Empire. Moon as well to fall. Perfect execution there. Fully committing, as you say, blocking the Lincolns, jumping in and getting that lockdown onto Mushi. That is exactly what Empire required to take the fight.
And they have no Force Staffs, it seems, right? On the side of Mineski, they had no way to pull him out of those wards. He was just isolated, stuck in there. The Refresher Shard is left.
Is it?
Did anyone grab it? Nope, still there.
It's still there. We've had one team already today forget about the Refresher Shard, Complexity early on.
They've got more important things. I mean, we want to end the game.
It does look like that's going to be the plan.
Refresher Shard could be pretty nice. They could throw some wards down here, but
Nyx, the paralyzing cards bouncing around as well as the Maledict forces him back. They do pop the fortification as all three lanes are getting pushed in by Empire. Now this is the time for them to try and break that base. 30 seconds without Moon, no buyback on the Juggernaut. See how much damage Empire can get done. As Nyx continues to poke his head in and out off that middle lane. Cards there to cancel the shackles.
They're pushing all three lanes. They can't deal with this too well. He takes the +7. Oh, they actually get him.
Okay, FN jumps in. He gets the kill on Witch Doctor, but it does cost the Aegis. Stone Gaze is going to be popped by Mushi. BKB's there from FN. He will be fine to blink himself away. Down to the low ground, Mushi goes, trying to get the wraparound onto Nyx, but with the shapeshift, he gets himself out of there. They're looking to finish off that tier 3 tower, and they will claim the tier 3 top as Ghost Stick takes it down with the Satellite Tormentor. Indeed, they can get the melee racks, or can they? The bash comes through from Moon. They do get the racks. He goes for the TPI. He's going to need a bash on the first hit if he wants a chance, but he can't find it. They didn't have the detection, it seems, with the Glimmer Cape upon him, as long with the BKB allows the safe escape. So Empire get it done. They get the job done that they've been looking for the last 10 minutes. They are able to break the base, take a melee racks, and get themselves back in that significant advantage. 18k gold lead.
Mineski was so patient this whole time for the last, like, 26 minutes, going to the Roche Pit. And now it's a 12k, that big 12k swing from Empire in the last few moments.
Absolutely huge from them.
Oh boy.
We sort of questioned whether they were going to be able to do it, but yeah, that fight around the pit just set it up perfectly.
Yeah.
As Mineski, we're not ready for that. That was always going to be the question. The hard bit was taking the fight. As soon as they do that, the push is never going to be a problem from Empire's lineup at any stage of the game.
It was surprising though, not seeing no one have a Force Staff. Witch Doctor, Nyx Assassin, Darkseer, nobody has the way to make him peel away. It's only Mushi's own Hurricane Pike, so he just got grabbed. Well, you look at the other enemy team, Force Staff Shadow Shaman, Force Staff Beastmaster, Force Staff Kunkka. They have all these other saving items, and now they do get the Refresher Shard. They didn't forget about it the whole time. So the biggest problem for Mineski's lineup is that they can't deal when all three lanes are being pushed in. If it's just one, they can.
FN ready to jump, going in straight away onto Mushi. He has to put the BKB himself. Mapochka dropping the wards outside the base here, but the vacuum stun comes through onto the Shadow Shaman. Sonic Wave flowing back onto the side of Mineski. They'll move in with the shapeshifter BKB Lycan, but the Stone Gaze is out. Mushi protecting his team, forcing Empire to back up. That is the wards dropped. Bit of a commitment there from Empire. This time unable to find anything for the cost of it, as Mineski do hold and don't lose anyone.
And yeah, as expected, he takes the cooldown reduction. The AoE surge one, it's kind of a meme. It's kind of funny.
A little bit.
But you don't really go for that one. Of course, cooldown's just way better.
Grappling Dagger is pretty much done on jab, so we'll have that combo in this. As Lotus Orb money is almost there for Ice Ice Ice, so
Did
he
you
can provide that protection for Mushi.
Did you see also Mushi? Since there's so many targets with all these books, he did not take the modifiers. He took the +7 split shot.
Okay.
Makes sense this time for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. You're playing with sort of your backs against the wall. You are just holding the fort. And at the end of the day, if you can get something like the crit and the rapier down the line, if you can bring it on, just being able to say hitting all the illusions, all the summons, it's nice. And the fuss of not having like the slow effect on everyone is not the biggest of issues. You just want to be clearing out as much as you can with the pressure that Empire puts on.
Empire, they spot Mushi.
Ghosting. He's getting a good lead in, but there's going to be a bit of a surprise waiting for him there as Jabs with Vendetta jumps in with a response, and Ghosting trying to go in with that.
His team was not all really that close.
You're not quite in a good position to jump in. FN's still going to try that, despite Carapace immediately catching him out with the Omnisurge FN.
FN?
Oh, we've been here before.
In the same spot.
The same spot. The FN throwing field
really needs to watch the way he goes for those type of blink plays versus an Omni Slash.
Absolutely, each and every time, the quick reaction there.
Gem has been recovered.
I guess he just didn't expect the Spike Carapace to come out in time as it did from Jabs. Quick reactions. Setting up for a big kill for Mineski, and sure as we saw Empire, they can push very quickly if they take the fight, but they have to do so. The timer is ticking. Nullifier now out for Nyx on the Lycan.
Yep. Mineski's trying to get something out of this. They might even try to threaten the buyback, threaten for buybacks here.
We go. Say 40 seconds no ghosting, 50 seconds no quap, and on the sideline they've just found Yoku. He slides himself up to the top, but Jabs is there with a blink follow through. Continuing to play around with this Kunko Yoku. Can he get himself out of this? It looks like he may be able to. Now the buybacks are going to come out. The pressure mitts forced it through. They get the nullifier in onto Mushi. Nyx popping the BKB, going straight in onto this Medusa. Can they kill him in time? The Hex to follow through. They're chasing him out. The Fear pushing him back. They're going to get the kill. Massive kill for them as they take down Mushi. They're looking for more. Ninja Boogie unsuccessful with the TP out. These buybacks from Empire having massive effect. As 3 are down, Moon continue to chase them away, just trying to draw them away from pushing, as none of his 3 dead teammates have buyback available. Moon will go down. He does have buyback, but he is the only one.
They kill all 5.
This should be time enough for Empire to push in. Those buybacks
still on cooldown,
perfectly
2 minutes.
used.
This should be enough time for Empire to end the game.
Absolutely. I think this is almost certainly going to game 3, no doubt at all, off the back of that team fight.
Yep.
As Empire will push like they've never pushed before. A bit of an up and down game, and as I said, sort of questions to be asked whether Empire could do it, but they certainly can. They just go straight for the tier 4s.
Look at that here. Have that Howl bonus health. Look how tanky everybody is now. Yeah, they should just be able to finish it up though.
There's the one buyback coming through. It's just falling too quick. There's going to be a Witch Doctor. But how do you stop this? The base in shambles, the Ancient exposed. Empire looking for this game 2 victory, and they will find it. GG is called the 1-1. A bit of an emotional roller coaster there from Empire, but they get the job done at the end of the day.
Yeah, Mineski held on for such a long time. Looks like they might have had